TikTok, TikTok, TikTok. Have you been on that TikTok platform? That's borderline disgusting and crazy. Anyways, good morning. It's Thirsty Thursday. Tonight we're having our first Thursdays, Synergy First Thursdays events going on tonight over at Kips. And it's a beautiful sunny day here in Minneapolis, Minnesota. And I'm doing this Facebook Live because I can. And I haven't done one for a while, so the topics in the title, Costa Rica, Andrew Yang, Freedom, and me, MagicBrad, are part of the topics I'm going to talk about, but I'm going to elaborate more. What I'm doing is I'm taking a little trip because I got to go get some milk and some dog food and I'm going to get some cereal. Do you like cereal? I like cereal. So I'm going to have some cereal. So the reason I do some of these posts on Facebook, anybody that's been engaging in them when they end up being a little political and stuff, the reason for that is I like to create controversy because sorry about that. Let me fix this. That ain't good. There we go. That's better. So the reason I have to fix this. Hang on a second. Want to know what happened? The suction cup on my windshield thing flew off there and I got in trouble. So I see Nick is watching. Let me fix this thing and get back on the road. Technical difficulties. That's the way of the world. How do I do it? I do that flippy thing. There we go. How's that? I gotta do this. It's always something, isn't it? It's always something. This is going to be a good video. But I like doing things authentic and in real time. So hang on a second. We'll get this done. There it is. And Patty's on there. Hey Nick, I wanted to set up another meeting with you or a phone conversation and talk to you about Costa Rica. Anyways, I'm going back on the road. So what I'm going to talk about here, after I get situated, is the situation with the reason I do the controversial posts. And it's because that's how rankings get up and people start seeing stuff when you get activity going. And sometimes when I'm talking about a specific project, there's not that many people on my Facebook feed that are interested in that project. So I do something more generic and controversial, and that stimulates conversation and engagement, and that helps my rankings on Facebook so people see more about what I'm doing. So that's why I do that. And usually I've got a pretty much mainstream opinion on things because I believe a lot of things change with your environment, and I could get into a conversation on that in depth. But back to the freedom concept. A lot of people think they have freedom, but they don't because there are restrictions. And I've got basically three types of freedom that I am striving for. One is the financial freedom, but all that is $1 over your outgo, and you've got financial freedom. So if you can keep your expenses down, you can have financial freedom. Another way of doing it is because your expenses end up being recurring, like bills, when you can create income that is recurring, that offsets that outgo. So that would create financial freedom. So the other thing is location freedom. Whatever it is I do, like when I had a kiosk over at Ridgedale Mall, I had to be there to take care of the kiosk, and that was not freedom. I was a prisoner of my kiosk. And although I had a good time doing it, I didn't like having to go there. Later on, I did it by appointment only, and I was only there on weekends and stuff. But location freedom, I like to be able to be mobile and go around. That's why right now I'm doing this on my phone rather than having a studio where I would have to be at the studio to be able to do things. So I like having a mobile office. And then the other freedom is time freedom, whereas again with like the kiosk, I had to be there. If I wasn't there, that's taking up my time. It takes up the whole day basically of sitting at that kiosk. Whereas park over here in the distance. In fact, I'm going to go with the sun at my back because... Can you still see me? You can't. I'm going to turn around so you can see a little bit better. See, the mobile studio, I can work on the lighting and everything in real time. There we go. Bright and sunny. Now it's too sunny for me. How's that? There, do I look okay? So the ability to do whatever, wherever, whenever is important to me as far as the freedom thing. Now, the Andrew Yang topic, if you've been following politics, he's the guy that's offering $1,000 a month to people. He's going to pay every United States, if he becomes president, he wants to pay everybody $1,000 a month as a, he's calling it a freedom dividend. And it's also this universal based income, which some people are way against because they look at it as like welfare and government handout and all that kind of stuff. But what's intriguing to me about it is it would take that value-added tax from, I believe it should come from every single business that is in the United States of America. And it should tax them a small amount. And that way, Amazon and Facebook and Lyft and Uber and all these mega giant people bringing in a lot of money, circulating a lot of money, it goes back into the local communities because it goes to every individual. As long as the person is age 18 or over, is legal and law-abiding, and is a citizen of the United States. That would do away with all the stuff of people coming into the country and working labor-wise, and some of the people that are homeless. You know, you get 2-3 homeless people to partner up, they can afford to get an apartment and they're no longer homeless. Granted, some of them are addicted to drugs and things, and they might use that money on drugs, but they're going to do that anyways. They're going to steal $1,000 a month if they have a $1,000 a month habit. So this may lower the crime rate. Maybe a person wants to be able to get off of the drugs, and they would go seek help, and they'd find therapy and some treatment, and they would have some money to pay for it. So a lot of it ends up being from embarrassment and all that. So I think it's a good thing. What do you think? So that's the Andrew Yang thing. And then the Costa Rica thing, I've got a friend, Nick, that's he was on here a little while ago. He's got property up down in Costa Rica, and what I think is really cool about Costa Rica is they are energy sustainable. Costa Rica is a small country. It's only about the size of Minnesota, which is interesting. And it's also on the same time zone, so that's helpful. And they don't have a military because I guess they got a big brother to back them up, the United States. But my friend Nick down there has a development that we're working on building an event center down there. And I can get into more detail about the event center and the complexity behind it. But the concept of the event center is a focal point in the jungle. And it's about 10 minutes away from the beach, 10 minutes away from a hospital, 10 minutes away from a city. And it's not too far away from civilians. What am I looking for? Society. It's not too far away from the community, but it's in the jungle, and he's got villas and things in there. So we're building this event center in the jungle, and we're looking for investors that want to invest in this concept. And the concept is having multiple cabins and villas around the event center so that when we're doing a retreat down there, maybe we do a business mastermind or a incentive trip or a destination wedding or a yoga retreat, the people that attend the event, the wedding or the conference or the retreat or the mastermind, they have a place to stay because all these villas and cabins are around there. So the investors would see a return on their investment every time an event comes down there. So that's a project we're working on. If it's something that's of interest to you, look me up. Rattle my cage. Anyways, I'm going to go into the store and get my milk and my cereal and my dog food. Well, that's not my dog food. It's for Kingsley. Also, Synergy First Thursdays is the first Thursday of every month. That's a networking event we've got for the vertical community of event professionals, so people in the event business. And a little plug for myself also. The Minnesota Event Planners Expo is coming up March 4th. It's the first week in March since 1990. Okay. Anyways, peace, love, and happiness. This is MagicBrad signing off. If you want to know more about me, just Google the keyword MagicBrad. Just Google the one word MagicBrad and then put any word after it. MagicBrad Photography, MagicBrad Yoga, MagicBrad Retreat, MagicBrad Pura Vida, MagicBrad Costa Rica, and you'll find something about me. Okay, peace, love, and happiness. MagicBrad signing off. Be well. MagicBrad.com. See right there. MagicBrad.com. Okay. Thanks.